very certain of this. LMC chair, Washington's going to know we were there. By 4th of July, oh, hello. We have 535 senators and congressmen there. They have no clue that we're down the street. They don't know we're there. Why? What was the whole reason of going there? You know, I'm not for being in Washington. What, $10,000 a month for that place? You know what I can do with $10,000? That's just rent. I am like, are you serious? I went there a couple months ago. No parking. You know, there's not even a loading dock. How do you even get anything in there? It's a doorway. I go, this is stupid. And then in 06, when I'm in Portland, the big argument is, oh, they're going to re-sign a lease or not. I'm going, don't. I'm ready for a chair in 06. I'm going, don't do it. Can we go across the river? An extra 5-minute drive? Oh, I might even have a parking space. You know, can we have it in, you know, in somebody's basement? I mean, what is it? It's a server and a phone. They go, oh, we got a cage. What's that? Counting the money. Really? I got to pay $10,000 to count, you know, the $10,000 I need to pay $10,000? You know, this is just stupid. So I go, all right, on our way out, I mean, we're probably there for another couple of years for the next presidential cycle anyway, but on our way out, they're going to know we were there. We did it with Revolution March in July of 08. You know, for 3 days, all we did is put up signs. We plastered the metro. We're going to be going in the second week in May. We're going to be doing the subway system in New York City. My wife and I are going there just because a friend of mine has a newspaper called Surf City, SERF. And we're just plastering the subway. This is not done in Washington. We are not there. They don't know we're there. Why? This is not going to happen all at once, but it will happen overnight. And if I ain't got a 5-year plan, well, I'm going to condense it into a couple of months.
I mentioned 5 and 10 and 20-year plan because I ran out of time, but I wanted to make a connection with the fact that you're standing in front of a homeschool dad. When you're a homeschool dad, you're a CEO of your own kid's future. And I taught my daughter to be disciplined and to sacrifice and to work hard and to be patient. And if she did, she could get into Harvard. I taught her from the day she was born. She'd go to either Harvard or Stanford. And last week, she was a homeschool kid accepted by 13 best colleges in America. Harvard, Stanford, Columbia, Brown, Penn, Duke, Chicago, Northwestern, Cal Berkeley. Shall I go on? The best of the best of the best of many of the people that we probably consider maybe our competitors or our enemies. I don't think libertarians talk about you not going to Ivy League school. But Republicans and Democrats do. They think you're not qualified to be a presidential candidate unless you're one of the elite. We have to start competing with the elite. We have to beat them at their own game. We can't just be a small businessman and a homeschool dad and run for president or run for national chair and think that we're going to win elections. We got to create the best and the brightest. And that plan worked for my daughter, and I taught her how to be a long-term thinker. It's going to work for this party in the exact same way. Think of all of us going to Harvard, except we're all going to take over D.C. Thank you.
In 1988, my wife and I had just had our 4th child, 2 boys, 2 girls, 20, 24 now. I knew what was coming. It's a long story why. The Omnibus Trade Competitiveness Act of 88, I read this law, and I saw it. Before I even heard the term New World Order, I saw what they were doing. The government was a gang with a flag, and they were shaking everybody down. I could see it. I read it. I'm 27 years old. I'm going, holy crap, this is not what they taught us in social studies in junior high. This is not it. This is not it. So I'm going, all right. My wife and I, we have our birthdays close together at the end of March, and I said, you know, we were out celebrating out in the desert, we were poor. And I said, I need 10 years. You give me 10 years, and I can make sure that people in the state know what's happening. Not fix it, not be in charge of it, not rally, troops behind me. And just everybody just know the truth. After 10 years, we had that conversation again. She goes, you just keep going. So I'm keeping going.
Mr. Hancock will be the first speaker for this question. If you are elected, what are the first 3 things you will do, and when will you do them?
Thing 1, this thing on, you're free, I'm going golfing. Thing 2, I demand a recount. You know, the one thing that I want to make sure that people understand is that I'm not in this to be national chair. I'm in this to set a standard for libertarianism. In St. Louis, we are going to make a very clear decision to the planet. Now, a lot of people know who I am. A lot of people know what role I played in this revolution. A lot of people know what's expected of me. That's where a lot of my financial support comes from. Not from the people that are looking to be moderate, not from the people that, are Christian conservatives that want to come over and kind of dabble in libertarianism. It's from hardcore, no compromise, wealthy libertarians that are begging to give money to the party if they'll actually do something. If they'll actually represent libertarianism. If they'll actually free minds. They're saying, look, man, it's right here. Want it? Earn it. Don't compromise. So I just want to make sure you understand, the first three things, well, they all support that. The first thing, I guarantee you, is that we're going to be noticed in Washington, D.C. That is just stupid. How many signs can I put up? How many flyers? How many cars can I put something on? These are simple, cheap things. But everybody, they spend all their money doing a mailing asking for more money. I don't even open them anymore. I know they got at least 4 PSSSSSs. Every single one of them. I'm like, yeah, I get it, whatever. What are you doing? The most successful thing that the Libertarian Party did in recent years was run quick converter, raise the money to put a full-page ad in the USA Today, Wall Street Journal, and so on against the drug war. $60,000, $70,000. Boom, overnight. Went, do it, rock and roll. Well, a lot of the libertarians are going, ew, drug war. That's what you'll get. So what happened? They go and they say, that's a good idea. We raise a lot of money that way. You know what we should do? We should have a fund that people send money so that we can do newspaper ads. Yeah? What? No, just newspaper ads. Give us some money. Trust us. No money came in. Because they don't trust them. When you go, this is what I'm going to do. You want this to happen? Send the money. Boom, here it comes. Libertarian Party hasn't done it even after they had success with it. Oh, yeah. That's what the LNC is for. It's not going to be just crazy or running out there doing whatever he wants. A lot of people say, how are you going to get the LNC to do what you want? You're assuming that's my goal. Is there something the LNC is going to do to say, Ernie can't go out there and be libertarian? Ernie can't go and keep doing what he's doing? Ernie can't go out and go, is that written somewhere? But anything that's done as the party, you have the cooperation of everyone. We're going to get busy, and it's not going to be later.
And Ernie, when you rebut, I want you to answer this question because you all say that it scares you that I might go out and convince people that libertarianism might be too moderate, too pragmatic. I didn't even know this until John J. Meyer brought it up. But don't you talk about 9/11 truth? Don't you talk about the fact that the government was involved in 9/11 in the World Trade Center? I don't even know that. I'm basing it on what John Myers has been saying. But you talk about the face of the Libertarian Party and what I'm going to do when I get to watch it. It isn't going to make us the party that believes in 9/11 truth. Can you imagine what would happen to the Libertarian Party the next day if Ernie's elected chairman? And the radical idea that the government and George Bush asked those planes to go into the World Trade Center and kill 3,000 Americans? Are we out of our minds? Is that what you want the Libertarian Party to be about? If you think there's a lot of people that believe that, you better look at Deborah Medina, who had a great chance to beat Rick Perry to be governor of Texas. And the minute she even came close to mentioning 9/11 truth on the Glenn Beck show on Fox News, that was it. You would think that was the one place she could mention it. Her entire campaign disintegrated overnight.